Hi there. Yes, I know it's been 80 years since I last uploaded, and that's because there's been a lot of things going on with my personal life, but arguably the biggest and obviously the most important change has been that I started on-off playing Oz a couple months ago. The issue is that I felt like I hadn't improved much, so I decided to force myself to get better. First, I replaced my mouse with my old-ass drawing tablet from 10 years ago. But then I realized that only improving my hardware wasn't going to benefit me more on the long run. No, I would have to actually play Oz to get better at Oz. After deciding upon this mind-breaking solution to my problem, I devised a plan. I would play Oz every single day for a week for at least 1 hour per day. Maybe 2 if I wasn't feeling up to playing the other 500 games on my backlog that I would be effectively procrastinating on yet again. But in general, 1 hour of Oz per day. Did I get better in 7 days? The answer might shock you. On the first day, I spent around an hour and a half figuring out my current skill level. I played a lot of different maps of different difficulties, trying to find a cap to my abilities. 2-star maps proved to be around where I could still produce consistently good results. Although I managed to clear some 3-star maps too, but my progress wasn't smooth enough to be called anything more than occasional luck. It did make me feel like I could eventually get better though. All in all, day 1 filled me with hope that I too could have carpal tunnel syndrome one day. On the second day, I got the magnificent idea to set up my phone to record my hands to prove that I was actually the one playing this stupid-ass game, which amounted to nothing in the end when I had been playing for about an hour, ended my session and saw that the video had capped at 8 minutes due to my phone just being built that way. I guess you can't win at everything, I suppose. Either I was really lucky the 2 previous days, or I woke up on the 3rd day being absolute garbage, but my fingers were as slow as 2 fat sausage dogs. I played for about an hour before I got mad at the video game and closed the game window. Now, I could blame it on the fact that I was outside working for a long time that day, but of course, these are just the excuses of a lowly 7-digit. On day 4, I realized that I must have had improved in Oz quite a lot because I finally encountered the first enemies in the game. Needing to blink, the stylus slowly slipping away from my grasp as I pray for an interlude in the song I'm playing. My hold on my pen is wrong. I need to fix it. But there is no time. Yeah, no. My stylus hand is just not having a fun time after that. And my own finger is starting to cramp. My fucking god. My hands are gonna fall off. The fuck is this? Turns out the biggest threat in Oz isn't the other players or 400 BPM maps that have 1,000 notes, but your own body failing your expectations. What the fuck is going on? Needless to say, I fought back immediately and managed to clear the enemy encounters, but in the process I accidentally played Oz for 2 hours because it is far too easy to just play one more song. I spent a while downloading new maps because I figured more variety won't hurt. A lot of the new maps were on the more difficult side, around 3 stars or 3.5 stars, and I was actually pretty good on a lot of them. So good in fact that I accidentally played the game for 2 hours again, even though I tried to stop like 4 separate times. Oz is just the right amount of rewarding when you do well, and it's so easy to suddenly find yourself having played the game for the entire day. At least my fingers are bulking up, and it's only a matter of time until tiny 6-packs start pushing through to the surface of all of them. The last day to grind and get good. I was actually able to clear a couple 4-star maps, which felt pretty amazing. I'm writing these notes right after finishing my session, and honestly day 6 was the only one that left me kinda speechless, because all I did was try hard for a solid hour in hopes that it'll improve my results. Just like back in high school when I would do all my assignments the night before the deadline. It worked well back then, so I don't see why it'd stop working now. I completed my last 1 hour session of daily Oz, and I realized that I probably did more damage to my final stats if anything. Oh, speaking of stats, you might not believe this. I know it sounds crazy, but after playing Oz for at least 1 hour for 7 days, I actually improved somewhat. You know, I did say that the answer might shock you. I never said that it would. Anyway, here are my stats from before this whole thing, and here's how much I progressed. Let's go over them. Okay, so first of all, my PP increased almost twofold. Shut up. And my global and country-specific rankings increased a fair bit. I also gained 8 whole levels. I am a big sad over my hit accuracy percentile dropping down a bit, but it was bound to happen because I started playing more difficult maps. Overall, I think I made some pretty decent progress considering how I went from only playing 2-star maps to being able to keep up with some 4-star ones. Okay, so what did this whole video accomplish exactly? Well, for one, I think we can all agree that you cannot expect to get good at something without putting any work to it. Unfortunately, sometimes working for your goal includes wrist pain, finger cramps, and getting angry at glowing orbs on your screen that are moving too fast for your monkey brain to handle. So, will I be playing Oz daily after this? Honestly not, it's way too taxing. I admire anyone who can play the most difficult maps every goddamn day, but I am also very scared of you. Are you guys even human? Like, do you eat? Anyway, I don't want to come up with an outro, so thanks for watching if you made it this far, and remember to play video games. If you're bad at them, get good. I'll see you again someday when I become obsessed with something else. Bye bye!